Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pretty Little Liches. This is the finale of our epic Level 20 miniseries, which features an adventure and player's options from the Dungeon Masters Guild. My name is Zeke Gonzalez. My pronouns are he, him, and I am going to be the Dungeon Master for this extra special finale. You can find me on Twitter at Fantasy Ecology, and you can find my science-inspired adventures and bestiaries for D&D 5th edition on the Dungeon Masters Guild. In fact, we are playing an adventure I wrote, Greenhouse of Nightmares. It is the first adventure in the Pretty Little Liches trilogy, which are high-level adventures centered around unique liches and their lairs. You can run them independently if you want, just sort of slam them into your own campaign, flip them sideways and slam them in there. Or if you're really feeling that vibe, you want those evil liches messing up your world, messing with your players, then you can link them together into a little mini arc or a mini campaign about ending their apocalyptic machinations. So to that effect, this adventure has content warnings for insects, gore, surgery, human experimentation, and hopefully not the death of a druid, a young druid. So unfortunately, due to unexpected flight delays, we will be missing Omega, the critical bard. However, the rest of the cast is still ready to plunder the secrets of this strange dungeon. So why don't each of you tell us a little about you, your character, and what DM's Guild character options you are using. Michelle, you want to go first?
I was grabbing my bread and then I dropped something else, but this is... Hello, I'm Michelle. This is my bread that is also a rest for my keyboard.
It's fluffy.
It smells and it's got pen marks like all over it. It's had a bad day.
Smells good.
Yeah, it smells sweet. It smells like sugary. It's like they sprayed something. This is not related to the game. DM's Guild is a very serious business where we do serious things like make a Guy Fieri subclass of Bard Chef. that is just what the picture that's on the book that I used, which is called The Book of House, available now. DM's Guild, plug that in the chat. And my character name is actually Yaz Shefbu. Oh, my pronouns are she, her, and my character's pronouns are also she, her. And Yaz is just wants to make sure everyone has a nice snack in their back pocket and has a belly full of food and is making good decisions. And everybody in this cast is not all these other characters that she is traveling with are not really of that ilk. So it's been really fun to be like, eat a snack, even though you're just a sword. So yeah, there's some fun things I can do, like make meals, make snacks, make drinks, and make other meals in battle. So it's a pretty meal filled character, but it's fun. I've been having a lot of fun playing.
One of my favorite moments in the last game was you cooking in the middle of our fight, is making a meal, just like cooking up.
It'll happen again. That's like one of the coolest things I can do. Josephine, how about you?
Oh, I am playing Hemlock. They use they, them pronouns, and they are an undead sprite warlock with a great worm patron. So they ride a little, also undead for flavor, young adult gold dragon. We share hit points. We are very close. I can become one with my dragon. We share AC, like everything. And they're pretty dope. And my dragon's name is Nessie. What else? Oh, they're from, okay, so I'm using a lot of supplements. A little mix of multiple things. The Book of House is where you can find the sprite stats, which are super cute and awesome on their own. And if you want to make them undead, you can go over to Playing Dead, which is an amazing supplement. There's so much in there I want to explore and convince my DMs to let me play in the future. And the last thing, dragon. The Great Worm Patron is, I think that's also part of the Book of House. I just got that one on its own. That was a supplement on its own of just the Great Worm Patron, so I'm not sure if it's part of a larger collection. It may be, but you can find just individual patrons as well. Yeah, I think that's it. And basically today I'm going to be trying to use as many spells as humanly possible because I have a list of like 50 of them and I keep forgetting. So I'm going to like choose at random. I'm going to scroll and be like, this one. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm Gabe. I'm Gabe James Games across the internet. I'm playing Incision, the sentient weapon who is normally wielded by my Dampier host, but right now I'm wielded by the druid Eris, who is totally going to be fine. I will absolutely protect. I am a spear that was carved by giants and given power, and the sentient weapon supplement, it's like a lot of content because it is the race and class combined, and the class has a bunch of different origins for like Fey origins, the demonic origins, giant origins, Yanti origins, Githyanki origins. Like all of the different origins are basically different subclasses to the sentient weapon. And there is so many things that they can do. Also, I can cast the spell Wish 3 times, and I used one to give this child a never-ending beer mug because that's all he asked for.
I think that was my favorite thing that's ever happened in a D&D game.
So what do you want? I don't know, a drink, I guess.
Oh,
fine.
I think your answer was so good. Like, truly. We're making art here, kids.
Extremely cute. So our special surprise inside this week is that you can use the code PLLTPK for 10%. I didn't decide that. This is churlishness from on high. 10% off DM's Guild community content orders. And of $10 or more anytime before next Friday, September 3rd. So that again, that's PLLTPK for 10% off DM's Guild community orders of $10 or more before next Friday. So that's pretty sick.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah. So who would like to, let's do another quick little recap. What has happened so far to lead our heroes to their current circumstances?
So much.
We continued
are
on our journey,
Mhm.
and we yeah. What's the first thing that happened? We brought the kid with us, and we did Josephine. What did we do after that?
15-foot centipedes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we crossed
I wrote
that
that down.
weird we crossed that weird chasm. Like then there were the giant centipedes that popped up. We fought those and then just kept moving forward, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we did. There was a humanoid woman with snake arms riding a large cicada covered in mushrooms that was like, doing. So we ended up ignoring her and just continuing
We're
forward.
just like, this will never bother us again.
Makes sense.
And then we came up to a pile of wiggling compost in one room
Yes.
and an ivy covered door, and there was a beetle that came out and was it?
I think Aragti.
No, Aragti. Yes, returned them to their original self, and there was a young, handsome man named Michael Bothorn in its place.
Yep.
And that's about where my notes stop. If anyone wants to pick up.
And then we met an old lady who turned out to be the druid that little Eris was searching for. And that house did something's weird because that house was empty for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm. And we got bad vibes.
Yeah, because we pretty much discovered like she was definitely lying to us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so it was Grilla's Grove Hall, and she was like, "Oh, just go in there, take care of what's her face, the one Myers Fang."
Myers Fang, yeah.
Yes.
Who is one of her students?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Myers Fang is possessed. I don't. Anyway, because then I landed on her shoulder, got some heart sight, and she was real suspect. So.
Oh, and then you finger of death her neck.
Yes, I did. Did we end on the finger of death?
Yeah, we did.
I did poke her
neck. I think you did upwards of like 40 points of damage. You did a nice hearty chunk of damage to her, and she's sort of on a crooked neck, sort of swiveled to look at you and sitting on her shoulder, and she said, "What? You don't trust your granny?"
That's
yes,
right.
That's why I wrote evil granny.
That was the worst. Okay.
Yeah, so at the end there, she had sort of emerged magically, maybe from invisibility, maybe from somewhere else, and she was holding up these two keys saying, "Oh, I can get you, these keys can get you into Thymia's laboratory. She's gone down a dark path. I'd be happy to give them to you if you just promise to leave behind the Tarask blood and bone marrow for me." And immediately you're all not into that. There was a lot of you sort of assessing whether or not she was lying, discerning she was lying, and then Hemlock had enough of it and just finger of death her. And so as we come back in after this, facing this sinister old woman sort of who survived a very powerful spell, which is probably pretty surprising, Aragti suddenly closes their eyes as if they're listening to a silent voice. And as their eyes open, they say, "Fate has dictated that I guide the group to this point, but cannot physically intervene in the final moment. However, fate will not leave you empty-handed." And their eyes flash with power, and all of you feel the sudden weight and passage of time and prophecy around you, a mantle of extraordinary grace and power. And just as suddenly as Aragti first appeared when you met them at Thrice Twisted, they disappear in a flash. And they have bestowed their divine intervention upon you, which is automatic because y'all are level 20. And the effect that Omega decided to bestow upon you is that you are fate touched. Fate has prophesized that you will be the ones to save it all, to save everything. and you become connected. The first time one of you is reduced to 0 hit points, you all regain half of your maximum hit points. So it's sort of like a Death's Ward plus heal all in one.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so first time one of you goes
love
down to
that.
0, everyone pops back up as a
I need that.
Rogchi's final touch.
I need that in every campaign that I play.
Right? Now,
Did
now I'm
Omega-
gonna try and die.
Did Omega write down that script for you?
Yeah, they sent me a few lines and I just
Aw.
added it to my
That makes sense,
Love
because
it.
I was like, Zeke, if you made that up, that was
That was
Exactly
smart.
like
Yeah.
how, yeah.
No, that was
That is-
Omega. That was Omega.
Aw.
They sent me a few messages right before it. I think they hopped on
Beautiful.
that plane.
Oh, gosh.
And yeah, so Aragti is suddenly gone. All of you can feel this mantle of grace and time that you know will help you in your moment of greatest need. And Grillis cocks her head and then looks back across the group and says, "So, what do you say? A couple of pieces of an old dead thing for these keys you need?" And she sort of holds them up and rattles them in her bony fingers. "No more of your little magic tricks, please." And she turns to look at Hemlock.
She's unperturbed by the.
Oh no, she's definitely badly wounded. She looks really hurt, but she lived.
The
Hmm.
fact that she didn't attack us makes me more nervous.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Hemlock, did you want us to attack her too, or what's the plan here?
I don't
I'm
know.
right here.
I'm a wee bit confused. I'll
I'm
say
whispering.
telepathically.
Okay, I'm whispering out loud, and it's not very good whispering.
I'll send messages so that you can speak back. Because why not? I'm very confused. Why is she not attacking?
Yeah, why can't she just go get the stuff herself if she's so powerful?
Right, and why? I can't just, it's a little too far for me to just strike her down if she doesn't fight back. Oh,
I mean, I could just give her the marrow and the bone that I took from the Tarrasque. It's like in my bag.
no.
right now.
She's no
Oh.
good. She's no
Right,
good.
we don't want her to. Okay, all right. Incision, do you got any input on this sticky situation?
I kind of just drag Eris over.
Sip.
Is he drunk?
No, he's just attached to me.
Well, I meant from the beer, the wish beer.
Oh, probably.
I think Zeke should roll for that.
He's enjoying the stout. We'll
Okay.
start there. We'll see where
Okay.
the session takes us, but for now he's enjoying his
Oh,
infinite
God.
stout.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna check something.
Oh, shoot.
Eris might get sacrificed, but if that's the case, that's whatever. It happens to everybody.
Did Arakti do the or the thing that shows your true form on Granny, or was that no? That was the beetle, right?
They attempted that on Granny. There was an ability, I believe, that if she was hiding her true form
Yeah.
from you, that
It-
it could have revealed it, but she succeeded on her saving throw. So you all sort of saw blurring around her edges,
Mm,
but no, it didn't seem like anything happened.
mm. Can I just detect magic real quick?
Sure.
Apparently, it's at will. So, I'd like to detect magic on Granny specifically.
Sure.
Does anything happen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you cast detect magic. I totally spaced out there for a second. You cast detect magic, and as you look around, you can see the door has very powerful enchantment magic on it that seems like it is tied to the 2 keyholes on these large double doors. And the keys that Grillis is holding clearly have a little bit of an enchantment aura on them as well. And just
Okay.
sort of scanning across her, you get this sort of almost like a reverse green screen where her body is sort of this staticky outline, almost as if there's something that is resisting your ability to detect magic on her. But at her waist, you can see there is something glinting, some sort of pouch that is magical, has some sort of dark swirling aura that is bound to her waist.
Mm.
And she says, "Your silence is deafening. If you don't want to make a deal with grandmother, well, I can leave.
I'm going to convey what the detect magic show to everyone, of course, telepathically.
Incision, you seem like a very responsible sphere to me. What do you say to my proposition, dear?
What would you give me?
I'll give you these 2 keys so you can enter Thymia's laboratory undisturbed.
I'm a spear. I don't have hands.
Well, it looks like that lovely young man, if he put down the beer, could carry them for you, your little vassal.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
stupid.
What?
This is great. I'm going to say keep distracting her for a moment. And I'll go invisible.
Okay.
And
Put me in your mouth.
I'm sorry?
Put me in your mouth,
Who are
and
you
I'll do it.
talking to?
Talking to Grandma.
Okay, go ahead and roll me persuasion check. That's
Yes!
wildly dangerous.
I was unclear. What was going on there?
There is one thing that I want to do.
And while this distraction is ongoing, Hemlock, what are you up to? You're invisible now.
I would like to get closer to that dark pouch business at the waist and see if I can take it.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and roll me a stealth or a sleight of hand check?
Okay.
See if you can. You should have advantage because you're invisible for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll do sleight of hand.
Okay. And incision, what did you roll on that persuasion?
Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that Yaz has that horrifying picture. I just saw your picture on Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter. I'm like, here,
Yeah.
I look great.
No, you look great. Yaz looks terrifying.
You know, I can't show these my thing, but yeah, it's
Oh my god, I'm great at persuasion. Why?
See if I can find it.
Um.
Oh, focus, damn you.
Yes, Ina.
That's 26.
26. She sort of cocks an eyebrow at you, and then she says, "Well, I've put worse in my mouth in my day."
Awesome.
I don't know. Are we supposed to have a rating? I'm so sorry, Lisa. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So she does it? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
So that's a 29 on sleight of hand.
Okay, so first,
I'm sure she's distracted.
Yeah, she's definitely distracted. Gabe, why don't you describe what this looks like as she accepts your offer, and then on the heels of that, whatever that looks like, we will resolve this successful snatching.
I can't. I've stepped away a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not complicit.
So
this is about to get. I have a bad feeling this is going to get very like Quentin Tarantino and 3.5. But please tell me what it looks like as you enter her mouth.
What's it look like, bud?
I think Eris takes the back of it and is just kind of trying to spear like sword swallower it down.
Okay.
And when he gets I don't know how far this goes. Maybe there's a void in whatever. As long as I get
no, it's like meat in there, normal meat, not like meat.
Okay. So when it's in there, the feature that I've been waiting to use this entire time, I'm going to use Might of the Allfather, which means both me and my bearer become huge size.
End of game. End of game, buddy. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Rewrite the story.
How does that affect the damage that you deal? Does it?
Oh yeah. It's not a whole bunch thematically, but it's still advantage on strength checks, saving throws, extra 2d4 total. Yeah, and ooh, yeah. Anything Eris is wearing also grows to be huge size.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glad he's not giant and naked and a child.
He's not a child.
Oh, he was like 18? Can't remember.
Incision,
Yeah.
why don't you roll damage as if you just rolled a critical hit on Grillis with
Gladly.
Girl.
with your normal attack, and
Normal.
as
So normal.
Incision rapidly grows inside, causing an amount of gurgling and gore that maybe I'll pan over instead of focusing on for a moment. As that ample distraction is occurring, Hemlock, what does it look like as you snatch this little pouch off of Grillis's waist?
There's a moment of like amazing distraction. Spot on incision. So if it's a pouch, I'm tiny, about the same size as me, presumably.
Yeah, it's like a little. It looks like a little coin purse, basically.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try and hopefully I don't get destroyed from touching it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and
Okay.
try to remove it gingerly, unloop it from whatever it's looped around, and just fly off with this giant pouch.
Okay.
Giant to me.
So you undo this pouch and pull it away, and as you do, you realize the texture of the pouch is strange, and the twine that wraps it is like really thick. And as you're looking at it, you realize there's no twine. There are just these two wrinkled fingers that are just sort of wrapping around it, keeping it shut. And the bag is clearly stitched together from skin. As you grab it, and it disappears along with you, and you sort of begin to pull away as Grillis splits from the inside. What did you roll for damage, Gabe?
42.
Okay, why don't you describe what this looks like to me? Grillis is on the cusp of life.
Look, if you let me do a melee attack, I'll add a smite.
Oh, you trying to take her out? That was
Yeah, Grandma's scary.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to add a smite to that, go for it.
Yeah.
It's all normal. This is very normal.
Yeah, classic.
Normal.
An extra 17 psychic damage.
Okay. Why don't you describe to me what it looks like as you murder this elderly woman from the inside?
Wow, you made it sound 30 times worse. Actually, Eris did this. Eris is like, okay, sure. And I'm like, hey, Eris, what's the opposite of small? Big. And then it probably just like expands outwards, and Eris grows. And when he freaks out, probably accidentally triggers the staggering smite that just sends vibrating, pulsing energy through it. Sounds way worse. Hate that. And just outwards. And it's probably very like comical, almost like
I would imagine so. So as you comically murder this old woman,
Zeke.
no, as these waves of power pulse down through your suddenly huge form, Eris sort of staggering back in surprise, Grillis sort of totters back before just collapsing back on the ground, the keys in her hands falling into the emerald green grass on the ground. And Hemlock, you are holding her little pouch.
Yeah.
Invisibly floating away.
I'll uninvisible. I'll reappear. Say, it's just I've just had a thought. What if?
Help us! Coming out of the pouch. Help us, please.
Oh, the pouch is speaking, but I've had
Somebody
a thought.
there, help us,
What
please!
if?
Oh God, help us!
What if Grillis was being possessed? Oh well, that's fine now. Okay. Well, help me open this pouch, and I'll fly over to Yez, chef.
Yeah, sure. I'll use my muscles. All right. I open the pouch.
So you grab the little wrinkled fingers and you start pulling on them, and they're not opening up, but you can feel them giving. You know, if you just snap them, you could open the pouch. Do you want to do that?
I reach into my giant pack and I pull out a little thing of like, it's like chapstick size. It's chapstick. And I go, Hey, you're looking a little. Your hands are looking a little chapped there. Would you like this instead to grab onto? It's pretty good. It'll keep your wrinkles from getting so cracked there.
Oh, please help us. Just snap those nasty little fingers. Please let us out.
I put chapstick on the fingers,
Okay.
and then I see
They
if they're
begin
at
to
least.
soften and
No.
become more supple. Yeah.
Yeah. Did it work?
Uh,
Should I roll for this?
So you begin to smear chapstick on these fingers,
This
and
is
you
roll
can
20.
you can
It's-
feel them become hydrated and beginning to plump up, taking on a healthier tone, and they loosen up.
Oh,
And you
okay.
can see the bag begins to open up a little bit.
See, I didn't have to use force after all. I just gotta, give things what they want. Unless they're an evil lich lady. What's in here? Boop.
And as you open up and look inside, there is a handful of small, dark stones. And as you look down at them, you realize each of them sort of is almost moving under its own power, like shaking slightly. And you can see inside of these stones like a swirling energy that has the images of anguished young faces. Mostly elves, but a couple of humans and a Yuan-Ti. And they're all just begging to be freed. Please help us. Please destroy us. Release us.
Oh, okay. Are you sure that if I break the rock, it will maybe destroy you too?
Even that would be better than this
You
hell,
100%
please.
sure. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. Checking with my team here. Hey, are we cool to smash all these stones and maybe either release them and make them free or kill them all? Which thing are we doing? They're saying crush them.
What if
think
Eris
if-
eats one?
What?
I can probably eat one.
No, not everything needs to go in your mouth. Okay.
Yeah, you're not learning great.
No,
lessons here.
no, nothing went in my mouth except this beer. Incision went in her mouth. It
Right.
was really cool.
Okay, he's
We're
not
big.
losing
Look
him.
how big I am.
You're very large.
What
Okay.
size is he now?
Huge.
Which huge size is how
So,
many feet?
15 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, for
looking
sure.
at. He's
He's-
too. I can't even
Harris is
perceive.
Eris is anywhere from 16 to 30 feet tall.
It's. I can't even perceive Eris in one look.
Ooh, Eris might not be able to see you actually.
Probably.
We'll get stepped on. This is not the way to end this game.
I'm flying. It's fine.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. What if? I'm worried. Okay, so I could dispel magic, but
okay.
what if that just traps them forever?
How many stones are there?
Give me one sec.
Okay. Grill for it.
There are 14.
Oh my
Wow.
god. So you have 14 tries.
Oh, that's one interpretation.
Okay.
Well, I can only do it at 3rd level, so I don't know if that's gonna cut it
I
anyway.
mean,
Can I look a little closer? I'm gonna get close to these stones, and presumably, like even if they're small, they're not that much smaller from what I can see. Can I tell who's? Is there anyone I recognize?
Oh yeah, you're very old. Go ahead and roll me a history check. I mean that in the kindest possible way.
in character, darling. You're quite old.
I want that to save as a bit.
17.
I want that to save
17.
it.
You surprisingly do recognize one of them. It is the face of a young elf woman who disappeared from her village. Maybe you were sent on a quest to find her and you could never figure out what happened to her, but you know she went into the memorial mire. But this was like 400 years ago. And you only recognize her because of a very distinctive scar she has across the bridge of her nose that sort of hooks down to the corner of her mouth. And she says, "Oh my God, could you just smash me? I want to get out of here so bad."
Oh my god, it's wee Haley that I've been looking for 400 years. I can't even get a reward for you anymore. Well, you really want me to smash? If this is, are you volunteering for some experimentation here?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, I volunteer.
You've been here a long time, all right.
The easiest way to smash one of these, right, would be and I hand it over to Eris. Hey, Eris, just pretend like it's a blueberry and because he's super strong, level 20 strong, and he's giant monsters.
Oh my god. Yeah. So he's got a strength of 23, and technically he has an advantage on strength checks right now.
I love it.
Okay. So he grasps this smooth stone between two of his gigantic fingers and just crushes it. And you can hear this audible smashing of glass sound. And then this spirit begins whirling around his fingers. And she goes, oh my God, like, thanks. And she just begins swirling up into the sky.
Oh.
I mean, that seemed fine. Should we smash all of these? Do you want to do it a different way or
But
same way?
are they dead? That's what I
Hey, are y'all dead? I just talked to the stones. So are you dead or what's going on here? Before you fly away, we will let you free. We just have some questions.
You promise you'll let us free? You promise?
Yeah, we figured it out. We just gave it to that big kid and he just goes, all dunsies.
Oh, yeah, I think we're dead. Most of us been in here for a long time, but we're old students of Grillis, and she encouraged us to do bad things, and then we weren't entertaining anymore. She killed us and put us in here.
Whoa, it's pretty dark.
Do you know what the deal is with Myers Fang, any of you?
She was supposed to be one of us.
And then
she became a lich instead.
Oh.
So,
there's
but
a lich
is
in there.
Grillis also a lich? Is it a double lich thing?
No, she's a nasty old hag.
Huh.
All right.
Was.
True.
She nurtured our magical talents and then got us to do worse and worse things, telling us it was all for making us better mages.
Wow. Bullet dodged Eris.
Yeah, there's some definitely unresolved trauma.
Okay, well, we'll free you then, yeah? Right? Shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Can you throw a few to Nessie? I'm sure they'll chomp some.
Oh, okay.
Like dog treats.
Yeah.
Souls being released, flying up into the sky.
Yeah, give a few more to Eris. There you go, buddy.
Incision, do you wanna, I can use you to maybe poke them.
Yes, let's do it. I like it.
Whack-a-mole. And as your spear tip hits each of these little stones, they release their souls, spiraling up into the sky, and they'll go, thank you so much.
Oh,
as they fly upwards and away.
oh, cute little spirits there.
Oh, so that was the right choice.
Yeah, destroying that old hag and releasing trapped souls, and we got the keys without having to give that old lady the mirror she wanted to do. Probably something really bad.
Right. Right is, wibbly wobbly. I think it was right for now. Shall we go kill Myers Fang?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
You think, do you think a redemption arc possible there?
We can ask some questions for hitting, and but I don't think the whole destroying of the whole planet is not a great start.
Ooh, right.
Yeah,
That
even
would
with
be
the right
bad.
motivation, it's still not great.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right, so who's putting those keys in the locks?
I do it. The
Okay.
squishiest one amongst us.
So yeah, as you
Can I do a protection from evil and good on Yaz before?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
what does it look like when you cast that spell? I don't think we've seen it yet.
Anytime Hemlock casts a spell, their eyes like glow with the color of the spell, and this one is like a little sparkle, like a little heavenly sparkle that sort of like shoots out, and they like just become like a vessel for a moment as like magic just shoots out of them and goes pew 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 pew. Little shooting stars shoot towards Yes and surround you with a little glow, little sparkle.
Oh, that's real nice. Good light for cooking in the dark, I mean,
It's impressive.
if we get a chance to cook, that'd be cool. All right, let's do this. Keys in. There's 2 keys. Do I know are they the same keys?
The keys, one is they're made of 2 different metals that match the 2 different locks are. So you can tell it looks like which goes to which.
Okay, it's 2 doors. First door. Boop.
Oh, no, it's two keys on one, 2 keyholes on the one door.
Oh, double lock. Damn, I mean, these better be magical locks because I think we could just kick the door in. Like we're all good at kicking. Hey, unlock it though.
Okay. As the keys click into the locks, you hear an audible thunking sound like 2 deadbolts drawing back, and there is a brief beat before this sort of golden mirage-like shimmer appears over the door and then peels backwards and away, just drifting off onto the edges. It appears some sort of magical barrier has been broken. And you can tell the door is open.
Okay. No one died. Great. No rocks, no bug spells. Doing good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our shrink is back down to normal.
I was gonna
size.
say.
Oh, okay.
Is this a normal sized door? Is it human like
That was a great idea. Now we won't have to crawl inside.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Can Nessie squeeze through? There's
Yeah,
spectral.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's a big door, yeah.
But
Maybe
you
not.
know, you know what, Eris? I'm gonna make Sapphire carry me so you can lead the way.
That's a great idea. Okay,
Wait,
yeah.
why? Wait, why?
I'm gonna reattune to Sapphire in a minute without letting Eris know.
This feels like a moment where we see Sapphire's expression. What's she looking like, Gabe?
It's definitely the look of like, you're gonna let him die, aren't you?
Oh.
So Eris walks up to the door, grabs the doorknobs, opens them up, and flings the doors open, and you all can see inside the room. Immediately, caustic smells just waft out over you, burning the inside of your nose. A combination of smells like sulfur and the sweet smell of rot and decay, the sound of bubbling liquids filling the air of what is clearly a large laboratory with mirrored walls. There is a combination of esoteric scientific equipment and arcane sigils and material components scattered neatly around various tables and bookshelves all around this large circular domed space. And a tall creature wearing a lab coat is standing over a table, like a metal table upon which a body is lying. And she is very carefully using a scalpel to perform surgery on this creature who appears to be some sort of elf bound to the surgical table. The surgeon's face is a skeletal visage of rot, and her hair is a mass of writhing and hissing snakes as the Myers Fang, a Medusa Lich, looks upwards towards the door. What do you all do?
No. Medusa
Okay.
Lich.
Remember the plan.
What was the plan?
Hey, it was. Are we gonna talk to her and see if there's motivation or?
Oh, sure.
Just,
yeah, no.
or just triple check that it's that they're the one that's causing the Earth. It's not called Earth. What is it called in D&D? The planet that we
Material
live on.
plane?
Oh, yeah, nice.
You're good at the talkie. I'll be here and goes invisible.
All right. Okay. Madame, pardon the intrusion.
I do not appreciate those who interrupt me mid-surgery.
Well, we did. There
Say
was no
your
note.
words.
One, there was no note on the door. Didn't know your mid-surgery. Not really our bad. Two, are you responsible for the material plane disappearing or not?
I am disintegrating this fetid place to create a better world.
Okay,
Is
that's
that
yes.
something you take issue with?
Okay. 3, motivation.
Have you not seen the rot brought upon us by the parasites, the so-called civilized people of this world? How they've brought it to ruin? I'm making something better, something new, something I will rule as the god I was always intended to become.
Okay, that didn't sound really good. And 4, last one, promise. What you doing to that elf?
I'm transforming them into a new species, a creature unlike anything that has ever stalked this mire.
Okay, I'm sorry, I lied. 4B, last one, I promise. was this consensual? Buddy, hey, elf on the table, was that consensual?
Did the material plane consent to its destruction at our hands?
I turned to the team. Okay, definitely
that's
evil,
all.
not a great motivation, and did something without consent, probably several times. And that's not, this is not all great. So probably we're on the up and up to just destroy, huh? Found the source of a problem.
I'd love to tap Eris on the shoulder and like go
Yeah.
wild and cast Dragon's Breath to imbue Eris with the power to spew magical energy from his mouth.
Okay. As you do that, do we get a beat of Incision? Incision, are you reacting in any way to this little census that has been posed by Yaz?
No, but I'm probably getting some telepathic shame from Sapphire about the fact that I unattuned from a teenager that I led here.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So as you take this moment and you and Sapphire are having this this psychic conversation, and as Hemlock, I'm sorry, did you cast one of you is casting a spell? Is that right?
I just casting. It's a bonus action. I just touch
Dragon's
a willing
Breath.
Creature. Dragon's Breath. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see smoke start to furl around the edges of Eris's mouth, and he goes, "Oh, hot!" And Thymea looks up and she says, "What a shame," and snaps her fingers. And as she snaps her fingers, something shimmers into view, an invisible creature clinging to the ceiling above.
Oh.
An enormous beetle whose pores are dripping with acid, its enormous mandibles clacking violently at you. And she points and says, "Blissey, destroy." And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Blissey.
Blissey.
We got Lissy. We got Nessie. Let's see who wins. I got a 14. Should I roll for Nessie?
Does
do you
Nessie
wanna-
operate with you or separately? We can just do you one right after the other.
One after the other. Yeah, I'll have Nessie right after me then.
Okay, did anybody roll a 20 or higher?
10.
21.
A 21.
I'm support class. What am I doing for this?
Okay, at 20 we have a lair action. 20 to 15.
Oh, nope.
Okay, so we've got Thymea. And then 15 to 10.
14. So me and Nessie.
And then 10.
10 for Incision / Sapphire.
Wait, what about Eris?
And Eris rolled a 4.
Oh.
Better that way.
Okay. All right, so up first is Yaz. You see this beetle appear on the ceiling, and it begins to clack towards you, its mandibles chomping together. What do you do?
Gosh, I'm gonna try this. It's a 9th level spell. It's not related to the bard situation. I reach into my bag, pull out my trusty. It's like a giant spork. So it does resemble rather a trident that kind of like you go like this and it gets longer. You do, it's sort of one of those camping situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I point it at the creature and I cast Power Word Kill. I could do this one time.
I make food. That's it. Anyways, die.
Yeah, I mean it looks tasty. What can I say? Okay, here's how this works.
Oh my god.
It does it basically if the creature has 100 hit points or fewer. If it has higher, it doesn't work. And this is a guessing game.
Okay. What does it look like as you cast Power Would Kill, causing the largest beetle you've ever seen in your life to curl up and die?
I'm sorry that we made this adventure very short. Okay. It curls up, but so I point the spork-looking trident, the spork-looking trident. There we go. Become super tasty. And then as I spin it, a force of fire comes out of it that sort of courses through my genasi hands into this fork trident and out into this giant beetle, and it perfectly sears it down the middle, the sides, it quarters it, falls apart, and you've got these fillets that all are now just laying on the ground of beetle. They're beetle steaks. I've made beetle steaks.
Wonderful. So the floor is now covered in beetle steaks as this beetle has been instantly killed and deep fried. That was your action. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
I don't know. I kind of clean off the spork, put it away, and I just wait to see what my friends do. I just stand there.
Okay. So after your turn, Thymea is going to take a legendary. Actually, no, she won't. Boop. Okay. So you're going to stay right where you are, and it's the lair action. So me scrolling through my own adventure being like, where did I put the lair actions? Okay, so as you all are looking at this figure, or maybe not looking directly at this figure, I'm sure you all know what a Medusa is at this point in your adventuring career as level 20 heroes. Yeah. She looks at this beetle that has been neatly cut into a bunch of little steaks by Yaz's magic, and she says, I really think you should look at me. And she snaps her fingers, and thorny vines erupt from the tiled floor at your feet, wrapping around your head and neck and wrenching your eyes up to meet hers. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please, as your eyes meet her gaze.
Oh boy. Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh boy. Hold on, let me triple check this number is right. It's very small. It's 14. Do I have anything? Did the protection spell that Hemlock put on me do anything for con saves or no?
I would know.
I can't remember what it did either.
You're protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay. This is not any of those effects, unfortunately.
Oh no, it sounded like it was though.
I know, right?
Does anybody else have any like sort of reaction they could maybe use to help?
Is it a spell?
See this happen? This is not. This is her petrifying gaze.
Oh, okay, that's why. Let me check, hold on, let me check my reactions. This guy's gotta goddamn something. All right.
Do you have a way, because you're a bard, can you give yourself inspiration maybe? Is that?
It's an act. It's a bonus act. Yeah, it's not a reaction. Okay. So if only I would have had time to make some food for about an hour before this fight. Oh well, it's fine.
So as you find yourself being forced to make eye contact with her, your body begins to go rigid, and all of you can see little bits of calcification beginning to form around the edges of Yaz's body as Yaz is restrained. You are beginning to turn to stone, and you will repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn to see if you fully turn to stone. Okay, that was the lair action, and it is Thymea's turn. So she flourishes her hand, and the scalpel transforms into an enormous golden longbow, which she sort of holds up and pulls back on it, firing 2 arrows. She's gonna remind me, Hemlock, are you invisible right now?
What the hell?
I think you were before.
Yeah, I was, but then I tapped to do the dragon's breath, so I think I am not invisible right now.
Okay, so she's gonna fire 2 arrows at you.
But depending on how we're laid out, if there's any larger creature than me in my space, I have +1, I guess. Oh, I gain half cover.
Oh, I'm sure you would do that then. Stay near someone to gain half cover. So that's +1 to your AC.
I just hit Eris, right? Eris is bigger than me. Yeah, I get +1 and half. I don't know what that means. I have half cover.
Okay. So I rolled a natural 20 for the first attack, unfortunately. The second attack is a 29.
They both hit.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to separate these? Or just add it all together?
Are they both? Are either of them spells? or are they
They're
just
not.
attacks?
This is a
Okay.
weapon. Yeah.
A weapon.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so you take 14 points of piercing damage and 28 points of acid damage as you feel these enormous arrows. They probably don't
Wait,
hit you because
poison?
you're so small. Of
In-
acid damage.
Oh, I don't know. I'm making up poison.
And as the arrows sort of slice past your body, you can feel the magic of these arrows pulse through you, and hit points you lose to this weapon's damage cannot be regained by magic.
Oh, okay. So then how many? Sorry, can you split it up then again for me? They're
Yes.
both that though, right? They're both the same weapon, or no?
They're both. It's 2 attacks with the same weapon.
The one was
So
14. What was the other one?
So it was 7 points of piercing damage and 11 points of acid damage.
What am I making up in my head? Okay, 7 and
And now I have to
7 and 11.
Mm-hmm. And the
Okay.
second was 7 and 17. We're really making the arithmetic happen in here.
Yes.
In this Chili's
17.
tonight.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So as these arrows slice past you, you can feel their magical impact. And she hisses in your direction and she says, "The natural world must be remade." And she sort of slithers backwards and gestures with her fingers from either side of the room. And you get the impression she was just giving some sort of instruction, but you don't see anybody else there. And it is Hemlock's turn.
Is it? Okay. And those weren't, just to be, the effect of not healing isn't a disease or anything, is it?
It is not. This is a longbow of wounding.
Okay. I will. Okay, let's scroll and let's do. Can I do this not for myself? Oh yeah, it's got a range of 150 feet, and then it has a radius of 60 feet. I would like to place it so that it only hits Lady Myers Fang.
Yes.
And it's a circle of death.
Oh, hell yeah.
So what does it look like when you cast this as I roll?
Okay, so it's like a fishing line from Hemlock's finger of like a dark glowing like line that like gets sent out and then lands behind and then ripples outwards like these dark waves go to try and consume Myers Fang. You must do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so Thymea rolled a 29. However, you also hit something else that you didn't even know was there, and it I don't think succeeded with a 9.
No.
Yes.
Plus, there's still half damage. So
Yes.
okay, so let's go.
Something else you didn't know was there. Spooky.
Spooky.
Okay, so the full damage is 28 damage. It's necrotic, so it may not affect Thymea quite the same way anyway, but yes.
Okay.
There it is.
28. Yeah, so you can see that in addition to sort of shrugging off the worst of it, it does not appear to hurt Thymea too much as it sort of ripples across her. However, it was your spell, and you could feel it hit something in the corner harder than that. Something sort of on the rounded edges of this room, whatever Thymea gestured to very clearly is over there.
Interesting.
Would you like to move or make a bonus action?
Yes. I will fly into the sky. No, I will fly to Nessie.
Okay.
And just ride Nessie for a bit, get in the ribcage. And Nessie will then fly up above and let me find Nessie's stats that are right here. Okay. And Nessie will Let's do. Huh. They were using a longbow, right? We saw it was a ranged weapon they were using.
Yeah, she just used a ranged weapon.
Does she have like melee weapons on her?
You do not see any, no.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well then.
Although you definitely probably wouldn't want to be touched by her.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Let's do fire breath weapon. So they must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw, and so we're gonna aim for Thymea, but it's a 30-foot cone.
Okay. And knowing the sort of general area of the
Yes.
other thing that you
Like to
know
guide.
you hit, that creature, it seems, must be very nimble because it did not seem to, it made the saving
Okay.
throw. However, Thymea did not, but she is going to burn a legendary resistance in order to succeed.
Okay, let me see. Does it do half or anything? Let me see.
Wonder how many she has.
Half as much. Yes. So, 10d10. Holy
I gather the plastics.
But I think it's actually, so this abilities already have to begin with, so this is going to be a quarter of whatever I roll. Okay.
Yeah.
39, 40, 49 halved, quartered. So what? So that's 49 in half is going to be what? 24 for round. Are we rounding down? Yes.
Yes.
24, and so then half that again on the successes is 12. My break.
Okay. It appeared whatever in the corner must be some sort of nimble creature. You get the sense that because it saved, it did not take any damage because of some ability of its own. However, some of that fire washes over Thymea, and she crooks her mouth as she sort of looks up in your direction, and she says, "How little you know of me, parasite." And is that the end of Nessie's turn? Does Nessie have a bonus action?
No, I think what we'll try to do is just fly as far out of reach as we can. I don't know the scope of the room, though.
Okay. So you fly up, and after your turns, she is going to take 2 legendary actions to cast a spell. And she looks up at you and she says, "A parasite you are, and by parasites you will die." And she clenches her fist to cast Insect Plague at 8th level. I don't know, does anybody have the ability to counterspell? Is that something someone would like to try to do?
But I think that the max I can do is 5th, right? As a
warlock, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Do you want to try to dispel this? You can tell as a 20th level spellcaster that she's clearly upcasting this from the size of the locusts that are peering in the air around you.
It doesn't seem that I can, yeah.
Well, you would roll. If you tried, you would then get a chance to roll to counterspell it using your spellcasting ability modifier.
Cast it using 4th level or higher, you automatically end if the spell's level is equal to or less than the level of the spell slot you used. Which means I don't think I could, right?
Is this not the spell, counterspell?
Yes. It says for each spell, for the make an ability. Oh, yep, you're right. Okay, yeah, I'll try it.
Okay, so what does it look like when these huge locusts are appearing in the air around you? Thymea has conjured them into being, clenching her fist and scowling up at you. What does it look like when you try to counterspell this?
Ooh, I think sitting on Nessie's ribcage, it looks like Hemlock crossing their legs and taking out a spectral newspaper as if they just don't care, and reading the daily news. So, okay, so I do, the DC is 10 plus the spell's level, so the DC is 17. Right, or you said 7th or 8th level?
She's upcasting it to 8th level, so the DC will be 18.
So I need to an ability check using spellcasting. Okay.
Yeah, so you're a warlock, so I believe you roll a d20 and then add your charisma saving. You're not charisma saving throw, your charisma modifier.
It's not the spell attack. Let me see.
No, it's not the spell attack roll, unfortunately. No proficiency.
Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. I see the modifier. Yeah. you know what's weird? How does that work? I have. Okay, that'll come in later. If this fails. Oh, no, it's only a 14.
Okay. So you flip up that newspaper and begin to counterspell, and you aren't able to overcome the force of this spell in time. And as these insects appear around you, they begin to swarm, biting and digging into you and Nessie. I don't know if Nessie has to make a separate saving throw, but at the very least I need Hemlock to make a Constitution saving throw.
I believe we're one and the same.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay, I have advantage against spells or something. That's what it says on here.
Ooh, then yeah, go ahead and take advantage on that.
Con. Not my best. Okay. That's an 11.
An 11 does not succeed.
We're supposed to be unbeatable.
And so because she is an eternal spellcaster, she deals maximum damage on this spell. So you take, let's see, I cast it at 8th level.
What kind of damage it is?
It's piercing damage.
Okay, never mind.
So you'll take 70 piercing damage.
Okay.
As those bugs are biting into you. And as those bugs begin to swarm around you, sort of the air around you, and digging into both you and Nessie, I think we will take a very quick break.
All right.
And we are back where we just left off. Thymea cast her first spell surrounding Hemlock and Nessie with a biting swarm of locusts, a spell she cast at 8th level. And going directly off of that, we are on to our mystery combatant's turn. Gabe, does Incision or Sapphire have any way to sense an invisible creature? Like if something gets close to them?
Yes, actually. Because let me double check. So many things. You know what? Let's say no.
Okay, so there is a faint fluttering sound as suddenly appearing right next to Sapphire and Incision out of nowhere, a 6-foot-tall praying mantis with long bladed limbs appears in a flurry of pink and yellow and gold and slashes downwards with its claws down right at Incision.
I hate that.
Oh, that's a 18?
Ooh.
Does that hit
Yes.
Incision?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So as this claw comes slashing down,
You said that weird, had me worried.
Sorry, it rolled really low, but then I saw its attack bonus and I went, oop, okay.
Oh, that's fair.
This is all slashing damage, so I'm just going to add it up.
Cool.
So as its claw goes raking across your spear form, you take 52 points of slashing damage, and you can feel the pulse of the Tarrasque's blood inside this terrible creature as it slashes across you.
I am resistant.
Heck yeah. Okay, so it slashes down at you, and it does not hurt you nearly as much as it was hoping to. It just sort of makes this little chittering sound. Its eyes sort of dart back and forth as it begins moving back and forth, bouncing on its legs right beside you. And it's your turn.
Okay.
It looks faintly singed.
Let's make that more than faintly. Sapphire's gonna like spin around her back and then make a piercing jab towards this creature. And we're gonna put in a 5th level branding smite along with it. So the weapon starts glowing in a radiant gleam. So that's a bonus action, and then the actual strike is a 28 to hit.
Oh yeah, that is. It's the praying
Okay.
mantis. I mean, it's a big naughty praying mantis, but it's still a praying mantis.
So that is 16 piercing and 23 radiant for a total of 39 damage with the first strike.
Ooh, all right.
And then second stab, 24 to hit.
Yeah.
For an extra 14 piercing.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Do you say anything? Is there a flourish with this strike that you do or that Sapphire does?
So there's, as it comes around for the first stab, she actually probably like pirouettes underneath to like kind of rotate it and twist it in, and then goes for a step forward to push it even further deeper.
Okay, nice. So as that spear plunges in just a little bit deeper, Thymea looks from the insect plague that she created in the sky, flicks her gaze down to you, and she says, I didn't give up everything to make this new world just for some so-called heroes to ruin it. And she's going to use one legendary action to cast a cantrip, and she's just going to blast a little... Oh, actually...
Do it. Dare you. Dare you.
Let me see it. Yeah, so suddenly a couple of little, a cloud of fleas and other mites begin to dance along your spear-like form. And as these magical bugs dance and bite on you, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Am I good at that?
Surely, as a spear.
I'm okay. 17.
Oh, okay.
Don't-
17 does not save.
don't say, oh, Zeke. Oh.
So you take 16 points of poison damage as these bugs begin to bite and dance along the haft of your spear. And go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
As their biting spontaneously makes you move.
1.
Okay, so you jerk out of Sapphire's hand, or maybe drag her with you. I think you get to decide as you
Yeah.
just pull yourself across past the entrance farther into the room. And that was her legendary action. It's Eris's turn. And Eris goes, feeling this sort of hot fire in his mouth. He turns to the praying mantis and roars a breath of flame across it. You can see the mantis avoids the worst of it, but still gets a little bit of a, oh wait, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, never mind. So it sort of ducks out of the way, and then Eris sort of pouts and goes, incision to me. And then, oh, okay. And this goes up and tries to punch it.
Oh no.
Gonna die.
Is he still strong?
No.
Oh, okay. So he punches it, and you'd all just hear this dull chitinous thunk as his fist collides with the shell of this creature, and he goes, oh, ow, and then he looks up at it, and both of its bladed arms just sort of out. And it is Yaz's turn. Yaz, you are beginning to turn to stone.
Okay.
But you still get this turn, and at the end of your turn, we'll see if you are turned to stone.
Okay, so I'm still restrained though. Should I roll to get out of that first?
Or
was I released when I was?
You are not released. So as you begin to turn to stone, you become restrained first.
From the stone, okay.
And if you save, then you'll be freed. But if you don't, then you'll turn to stone and you'll be petrified there.
Oh, at the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, yeah. So you still get a turn.
But I just can't move.
Yes, you can't move, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
How can I attack if I can't move? Oh, you mean like physically move? Okay, understood. Yeah. How far am I from any bad boys? Did they all move away from me?
Thymea is right ahead of the room at you.
Okay,
and
great.
Probably not too far from you. The praying mantis, if you can't see it, you can probably turn your head at least a little bit and you can see it. So yeah, you can definitely make out both those baddies.
That's fine. In that case, I didn't know I could do that. I do. Can I do this? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I thought I got confused. Okay. I'm going to. So, okay. I'm going to cast at, I keep forgetting her name. The Medusa.
Thymea, yeah.
Thymea, thank you. Power word stun. It's an 8th level spell, but it only works if she is 150 hit points or fewer.
You know, she has not been hurt that much. I'll put that out there.
True. Okay.
She was only taking a little bit of damage so far.
So maybe I won't waste that one. Thank you, benevolent GM. Oh. Okay. Instead, I will. This sucks. I don't want to turn to stone. I'm gonna cast just a good old hold monster. But I'm gonna try to do hold monster on because I can't technically do it on her because she's a humanoid, right? So on the little creature instead.
Well, hold monster can affect non-humanoids. I mean, she's an undead, but
okay, it says creatures. I know that meant non-humanoids.
Yeah, creature means basically anything that walks and talks and takes actions in D&D more or less.
So please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, you want to do that for Thymea?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, I can do it on two. I can do it on 2 creatures.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it on 2 creatures. It's a 7th level spell.
Okay. The Orchid Striker Mantis rolled a. Oh dear. Turns out it's not super wise. 14.
Yay.
And Thymea Oh, Jesus. Rolled a 34.
Oh,
Okay, she good. But the creature.
Oh, I'm sorry, 33. But
Okay,
yeah.
Oh.
super makes it. It's so impressively. It just looks at my spell and it's like, what? The little creature though, it is paralyzed now for up to a minute.
Paralyzed. Oh,
Paralyzed.
oh no. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, it just immediately locks up. Maybe one of its eyes sort of turn to look at you.
Okay, and it can re-roll its wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, I got the buggos. Could someone? I don't know. Maybe I can do this myself. Hold on. I'm gonna roll my save.
Okay, go ahead and make a Constitution
This is
saving
con,
throw.
right? God, why isn't my con
Yes.
better? This is ridiculous. I put everything in charisma as well. I got a +9 in charisma and dex. Like an idiot. That is 15 plus 3, 18.
And 18 saves.
Oh my god, yes. Is that like just made it?
Yep. Her petrifying gaze does not have high as DC as her spell casting. Okay, so what does it look like as you just this stone melts away off of you? What is your reaction?
oh my gosh.
The stone starts falling off. And I realize maybe the reason isn't so much that I'm so strong and I can withstand the spell. It's because like a while ago I did like drop like olive oil all over my like legs and my boots, and I just never cleaned it up. So it's like real slippy down there. So when I looked down, I'm like, oh, what a convenient coincidence. All right, well, let's get back to work, everyone.
I love resisting the Medusa Lich because you're a little slippy down there, but okay. Excellent. So it is the lair action.
It's D&D.
I respect it.
And yeah, so Thymea just sort of looks up at Incision and says, so you think you're quite strong then. And a band of black energy lashes out from her towards Incision. And you and Thymea are tethered together. Whenever she takes damage, you need to make a Constitution saving throw or take half of her damage. As this crackling cord of negative energy connects the two of you. And it is Thymea's turn. And she looks up and her hands begin to crackle with lightning. And she's going to cast Chain Lightning, blasting that lightning energy towards Yaz and linking it to Eris and to Incision. So I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
I put everything in dex. Come on. Come on. Yeah. 15 plus 9.
Oh, it's only I take damage if she does, not she takes damage if I do.
Yes. It's one way, unfortunately. One-way street.
What a scrub.
22.
A 22
Dex
just
quite high.
fails.
What? That's so high. Okay, I fail.
18. So I
18 also fails, yeah.
Oh no, I thought I was doing good.
Oh dear. Eris also fails. So all of you take 80 points of lightning damage.
Is Eris still alive though?
Eris did get boosted by Aragti previously, boosting Eris's maximum hit points, but not quite that high. And so you all see as this lightning crackles, erupting across the laboratory, Eris, as the lightning strikes him, just turns to look at Incision with his eyes wide. And then as he begins to crumple to the ground, you all feel that mantle of power and fate bestowed upon you by Aragti trigger. And all of you regain half of your maximum hit points, courtesy of their epic divine intervention they cast before they left.
Half on top of what we get, or up to half? The wording there.
Gain half is what we were going over. Yeah, so whatever
Restore
half.
number of hit points equal to half of your maximum hit points. So if that takes you back to max, great.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay. Math.
And as that sort of sweeps across the party, Thymea sort of twists, her expression twists in disbelief, and she says, "Oh, parasites, you might have tricks, but your agony will be mine." And it is Hemlock's turn.
All right, I'm shooting straight towards Eris. I take out these little cool spinnies on the way of my Staff of the Magi, and I'm gonna just sort of like smack the side gently of Eris and attempt to plane shift Eris back home.
Oh, save
Oh.
our boy.
Because this child's gonna die
Okay.
the next
fine.
time this attacks.
I think given the shock of the brink of death or the brink of unconsciousness makes him willing.
Okay.
So where do you send Eris using the Staff of the Magi?
He told us where he lives, right? The city that he lives in.
Yeah, Greenhaven.
I figure even if it's a random spot in Greenhaven, it's a better chance than he has of survival staying here.
Okay, excellent. So what does it look like as Eris disappears? What does plane shift look like when you cast it?
You know, like the transporters in TNG?
What's TNG?
The next gen Star Trek?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
That's
like the
okay.
one type of nerd that I'm not.
Okay. Basically, he starts like warping out like of existence slowly. So, you know, if he wants to make a face or make any expression in that moment before he goes, he's got like, you know, a few seconds.
Yeah, as you just sort of wallop him with the staff and he begins to disappear, he just looks at you and goes, "It was a wonderful adventure," and holds up his stein as he disappears.
Oh.
Maybe he'll open a tavern with that Stein. Who knows?
Excellent. So that was your action. Would you like to take a bonus
Yes.
action?
Bonus. Oh God, what do I even have as bonus?
You
You'd
know
think
what?
I would have thought about that when choosing these million.
He didn't die.
I
He lived.
bonus action. Yeah, he lived. Well, I don't know where he landed.
Yeah, the pit of steel spikes in Greenhaven, just dead there.
I will. No, I don't. I'm just gonna fly back to Nessie
Okay.
and let Nessie do their thing.
Okay, and what does Nessie do on Nessie's turn?
Okay, so we still the mantis-like creature is paralyzed. Do we know for
The
how long?
mantis-like creature is paralyzed.
Is that
Yeah,
just forever or?
Up to 1 minute, and then it has to make a will save every time. Once.
Okay, great. So Nessie's gonna go and try to let's do a bite attack.
Oh yeah, you get advantage on your attack roll, and if you hit, it's a critical
Amazing.
because paralysis is nasty.
Get him.
Right. D20s. Okay, what is that plus? Oh my god. Thank God there's advantage. I don't know. Is it 16 hit?
16 just hits this creature.
Oh. Okay.
Finally.
Bite is so then I double with a crit you double your damage. Leave
Yes.
the bonus aloneness, is that right?
Leave the bonus aloneness and
Aloneness.
roll double the dice.
Okay.
I like that phrase. I never heard it before.
15 plus 5 is 20 plus 6. 26 piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
Chomp chomp. Nessie's spectral fangs sink into this snack. A snack.
What does it look like as Nessie crunches this thing in half?
Oh, yeah?
Or kills it. It doesn't have to crunch it in half. My apologies.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, I think Nessie just like does the whole thing where like goes back and then like swallows it whole.
Oh
And
yeah,
because
like a
you can
crocodile.
Yeah, because you can see a little bit through Nessie's rib cage, like the torn skin here and there. You see it like sort of go down their throat and like have this necrotic energy. It's not acid, it's like necrosis inside, just like disintegrates the body.
Yes, very Castlevania. Love it. Okay, so is that the end of Nessie's turn?
Well, I guess we'll fly back away into further up.
Okay.
Since there's not a creature there anymore since he died.
Excellent. So at the end of Nessie's turn, Thymea is going to take 2 legendary actions. She reaches into a pouch at her side, pulls out a large syringe, and gives herself a really quick injection from it. And you can see the red fluid go into her body. And she sort of flexes her fingers and says, "With the Tarask's blood, I will bring you to your knees." And
oh no,
it is Incision's turn.
Is this some Final Fantasy shit? Are we gonna get like a transformation sequence here? Please kill Incision. Please kill.
Okay. Well, we're almost done, so.
Bring it home with all those abilities, please.
Yeah, use all of them. You have so many crazy ones.
Okay. Well, we can't tell how much health she has.
She's not been hurt too much.
Okay.
But she also just did something very weird.
Yeah.
You're not sure what's up with that.
She's got a stim pack or whatever.
Right, so I'm going to assume it's over 100, so I'm not going to mess with that.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to use an action to cast Wish.
Oh!
Oh my god. How many more do you have? You have 2 more, right?
I have 1 more, technically. And none of us are within a 20-foot radius of her, right?
You would definitely be able to send her a 20-foot radius just on her.
Cool. I'm going to do that. Basically, Sapphire is spinning the staff around, slams it into the ground, and then like a surge of black smoke circles around it. And using Wish, I'm going to recreate the 8th level spell Incendiary Cloud. A swirling cloud of smoke with white-hot embers appears in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range, 150 feet, around her. Lasts for duration of the concentration. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
That's an 11, but I think she's going to burn a second legendary resistance.
Yeah, burn them all. So when you do legendary, just means you automatically succeed?
Yeah, so that means that she automatically succeeds, but she has a limited number of them per day.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that damage. Incendiary Cloud.
So you're welcome, you lucky loser. So it's 10d8. So she would take 72 halved.
Holy cannoli.
Let me get my special little calculator.
36.
Okay.
36 fire damage.
Oh my goodness.
And a creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Okay.
Gotta love that spice. You gotta give him that spice. Okay.
Good to know.
Excellent. You can hear Thymea let out this pained shriek from inside the cloud, and that tether binding you to her pulses with light. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do it.
How big is the cloud? You said 20 feet? Right?
20 feet radius, yeah. So it's 40 feet across.
22.
22. Okay, yeah. So you resist. You can feel burning energy sort of coming up that tether, but you were able to just shake it off. That is your spell, no problem. And
bonus action.
Oh yeah.
Sapphire throws me at her.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's a 24.
A 24 hits.
For max damage, 23 piercing, magical.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you fly through this crowd directly at her, you can feel her grab you as she senses you getting close, and she almost keeps you off of her, but you just manage to hit her armor class, piercing right into her, and you can hear her hiss under her breath, "You think you are noble, but you are nothing but a snake." And
I'm
with
made
that, you
of
begin
metal. You're made of sad flesh. Like, go back to Sapphire's hand.
Okay, as you get pulled back away, you began to feel her body change.
Ew.
Something about the texture of her skin grew rougher. You could feel her body bulging. You could sense something inside of her cracking and shifting. And as you return to Sapphire's hand, the cloud, you see movement within it. There is something shaking, flapping, what looks like a tendril or a tentacle or a tail. And you see an enormous purple dragon with fluted scales burst from the edges of the cloud. And in Thymia's voice, it hisses, "You knew so little of your adversary." And Thymia has transformed into an oleander dragon.
I want it.
I yelled from the corner. I mean, I did ask you like 4.5 questions. You didn't ask us any. I mean, jeez. Okay, do you think that'll happen to me if I just inject myself with this Tarrasque blood? I've got a bunch right back here. I don't. I mean,
Bring
all
it.
right.
Do it.
Try it.
It works like that.
And
You're like, yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Incision?
I yell, do it.
Okay, up to the top of the round. It is Yaz's turn.
What if it kills me? Oh, wait, I guess we're not. Because you shouldn't put random blood in you, right? You shouldn't put random blood in you, right?
In reality, no. But this is Dungeons and Dragons at level 20.
Are there any syringes left on her table?
They were in her pocket.
Are there any laying around? Like, did she drop it?
You don't have any syringes for cooking? That's like special,
very
like
good.
inject.
I would say if you want to take it like a Jello shot straight to the face, you can take it like a Jello shot straight to the face.
What is happening? Can it be my bonus action? Or is it a whole action?
Yeah,
This is my whole turn. Okay.
No, definitely bonus action.
Yep. Take it out. I put it in like a whatever fantasy Tupperware is liquid. And I'm just looking at it like, seems like it's not gonna taste super great. All right, everyone, hold on. This is what I do. I use my chef ability to start preparing a dish in the middle of this effing battle. I kind of like time slows down. I walk over to where the bug stakes are. I go over there. I start a fire with my genasi powers. There's like a fire ring going on. I'm like, again, doing that Breath of the Wild Zelda thing where I'm just chopping in the air. You see like the little fillets get smaller cube-sized pieces. I'm mixing it with the blood. I'm putting like a wine sauce in there. There's like Salt Bay happening just very quickly in like, 2 or 3 seconds. And then I got a dish. It's Tarrasque blood beetle stew with like a hint of carrot and lime. And I go, all right, I don't think it's gonna turn me into a dragon. I will take a taste, and then I will maybe I'll get real powerful, and I eat it. Does anything happen to me? I've done 2 things there. I've done the blood eating in a nice way, and I've also done prepare a dish, which is a whole thing we'll resolve later.
Okay, so as you feel the delicious sauce you distilled down from this Tarrasque blood, you eat this delicious dish you've prepared in seconds, in literally seconds in combat. You feel your skin begin to harden and gain this cracked texture, and you now have resistance to all damage.
I've made one of the best dishes of my life. It's delicious. This is my magnum opus. I am Einstein, and this is my =MC². I'm elated. Whatever that fantasy version is of that equation. So now I have that, but because I did do the prepare a dish thing, the smell is so incredible that they must make a wisdom saving throw, or else be enamored by the smell. And if y'all want to taste, I've made a stew. It's always a stew for some reason.
26.
Oh, they save. But they'll have to do that on all other turns as I continue to stir the pot, literally. Not in a gross figurative way.
Okay, excellent. And with that, it is the lair action. That black tether connecting Incision and Thymia crackles and disappears. And instead, you just hear her begin to chuckle and cackle from within the cloud in her new draconic form, and she gets back a spell. Okay. It is Thymia's turn. Oh, okay. She's gonna use that nice breath weapon. So she rears back and just spews a cloud of what appear to be a combination of pollen and rose petals, just spewing forth from her mouth. And as it enters the arena, all of you feel this piercing pain in your mind. I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hold on.
Is resistance, that does that count or for anything, or just is that only for like fire?
But
Poison?
when you take damage, you will
Okay.
have resistance to that
Copy
damage
that.
type.
Oh.
Wait, this is a spell? Yes or no?
This is not a spell. This is
Okay.
her breath
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah.
27.
A 7?
27.
Oh, I was going to be like, what? Yes, that saves.
22.
That
3.
also saves. A 3 does
3.
not save.
A 3.
Okay. So, Yaz, you take 77 points of psychic damage, which will be halved. So you'll actually, because you have resistance, you'll take the same amount as everyone else.
It just made me sad though. All the same. Sorry.
So all of you take 38 points of psychic damage as you
38.
feel this piercing migraine-like pain enter your mind.
You said everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's half.
That was halved, yeah. And her head sort of emerges up from out of the incendiary cloud, and she flaps her wings, rising up into the air equal to Nessie, and glares down Nessie and says, "Who's the bigger dragon, little wormling?" And it is Hemlock's turn.
So since she started her turn in that cloud, though,
Oh,
will you make a deck save for me?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, that's a 13.
That's a fail.
I'm
See,
gonna burn one more legend.
hate you!
Oh. Maybe they're
Uh,
almost gone.
So instead
That's
of
the last
60,
one.
instead of 61, that would be 30 fire damage.
30. Okay. Yeah, her scales are looking singed.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Hemlock's turn.
We need more fodder. And Hemlock claps their hands together and starts to, like, some smoke arises and starts to create a shape as they summon a monstrosity. This monstrosity, I've rolled it ahead of time because you have to roll for the body, head. Okay, it is a kraken, a giant kraken that has these tentacles reaching out, can breathe air and water. It has a shark bite, so it has advantage
Okay.
on any head attack rolls against a creature that doesn't have all its hit points. It has lightning breath weapon. And wait, I had to pull up because I didn't get the tail. The tail is a perplexing tail. It has an additional head where its tail should be.
What the hell?
The monstrosity loses its tail attack. It can make an additional head attack, so it can make an additional shark bite when it takes the multi attack, and it will go directly after me. And so that is what Hemlock does, summons them.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Horrifying.
Was this a spell from the supplement?
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Summon Monstrosity.
Oh yeah, that tracks. That's definitely a monstrosity. That thing you rolled up.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay. Yes. So at the end of your turn, Thymia is going to take a. Let's see. She'll take a legendary action to cast another cantrip. So she turns up to look at Hemlock's creature, and she casts Infestation. So I need it to make a dexterity saving throw. Wait, I'm sorry,
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oh, equals to my bonus. So then. It's only a 15 on the save.
A 15 does not succeed. So your monstrosity takes how? I just rolled minimum damage. It takes 4 points of poison damage.
Dope.
But a
Um,
small
Okay.
cut.
Yeah, so you see a couple little fleas bouncing on it, but it's a kraken with lots of shark heads happening all over it. So
Wow.
it's unbothered, I imagine. And
That was
Thymia
fun.
makes a disgusted little huff at herself at the quality of her own spellcasting. And it is the monstrosity's turn.
Great. I'll have Nessie go first. Why
Oh, yeah.
not? And do a chomp, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, I have to keep switching between these stats. Okay. A chomp? Yeah, a chomp. Okay, so melee weapon. Okay. Wait, how do I know if I breath weapon? How does recharge work? I'm sorry. On breath
Recharge
weapons?
means roll a d6, and if you roll the recharge value on your d6, then you get it back. And if
Is
not,
it every
then
turn?
not yet. Yes, it's the start of every
Okay.
turn.
No, okay, so that's not bad. So then, yeah, we will chomp with a 22 to hit.
A 22 does miss. So it goes down to bite her, and one of her claws immediately come up and grab Nessie around the throat to throw her off.
How dare. Okay. And well, yeah, I assume we're in melee range right now. Okay. And so now I'll let the monstrosity go, and a tentacle with a shark's head at the end of it.
Iconic.
Whips
Love Gabe's
up.
expression. Gabe's expression is how I feel as well.
That's gonna haunt my dreams.
Yeah. There's two shark heads, right? One goes to attack because it gets 2 attacks. So first one, it's already got damage, so then it has advantage on this.
Horrifying.
I love that spell. If I could have any spell, that meme that went around that was like, if you could have any spell in D&D, I would want to create monstrosities. Like, truly just set them loose, you know?
What's
Let them
Not
be
wish
free.
so that you can have all the other wishes.
What's great is that it's
Okay, someone big-brained over here for a second there.
it's my spell attack modifier to attack.
Ooh, nice.
Sick.
Which makes it a 24 to hit.
A 24 just hits.
On the first one. Okay.
Nice.
Should I see if they both hit? Here, I'll do the second.
Yeah.
It's double chomping from shark heads on tentacles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the second one's a 31 to hit.
A 31 hits, yeah. Go ahead and roll damage for both those.
Okay.
I'll get my calculator.
Okay. Plus the spell's level. Oh, okay.
Level 20 is scary.
Y'all are terrifying.
What terrifying? Grandma said, I'm a dragon now.
So 17 plus 8 is 25 plus 10 is 35. 35 piercing damage.
Sick.
As a chomp happens.
You know, scales are coming off. She's not looking so hot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. And I think that'll be it.
Excellent. She shouts out and she says, "No, my apotheosis." And it is Incision's turn.
I hate that. God, no. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What else can I do to piss her off? And she is now a flying dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
On one side, she's got Nessie, a dead dragon. On the other side, she has a horrific abomination conjured by your friend, the hero Hemlock.
I feel, this work? Nah. Maybe.
We've only got a few minutes left, so go for it.
Cool. All right. I'm going to cast another 8th level spell, and I need her to make an intelligence saving throw.
Turns out when you're a druid, intelligence is not your specialty. A 10?
That's a fail.
Okay, what spell was that? I think I might know, but go ahead and let's go. Tell us. Why don't you tell us?
You blast the mind of a creature that you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality. It takes 4d6 psychic damage and make the intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma scores become 1. The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand languages, or communicate. Feeble mind.
And she was out of legendary resistances. So yeah, go ahead and roll me that 46.
Yeah. Oops.
Very good.
Incredible.
13 psychic damage.
Okay. And as this passes over her, she goes entirely still for just a single moment before just beginning to react violently to the stimulus around her like an animal, just growling and hissing, some of those rose petals emerging from her mouth and her nose as she just...
Neat. Cool.
Bonus action move?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw myself. Well,
hell yeah. She
Sapphire
looks
is
real
good.
bad also.
Good.
Cool. Good to know.
You really brought her low before.
Brought her low and then lower emotional.
Yes.
I derped my monstrosities attack. There's so much text.
Yeah, I'm sure. You are 4 things in one.
It's true. It's a lot. That's why 20th level, it does take a while to play because you're like, hold on. Let me look at my 7 papers.
That's a 26
Yeah.
26 hits.
for 21 points of piercing damage.
What does it look like as you kill the Myospan? After reducing her to the husk of a just feral beast.
That's so much worse.
That's so rude. Honestly, you just hit me with top churlish moment for the night.
I think as she's like lashing around and thrashing, Incision definitely says to Sapphire, see, now it's okay to kill her because she's basically just an animal. And then Sapphire throws the spear through her chest.
And the spear just cracks through her scaled chest with a noise like a gunshot. And she slows and then crashes to the ground, just scales beginning to fall off of her and dissolve away, leaving behind the corpse of the skeletal lich on the floor.
That's so disrespectful. I could have just killed her.
But luckily, our Kraken is going to hang out for an hour.
Oh my God.
What?
And so as Thymia hits the ground, you can feel those waves of arcane energy that were coming off of her, that 10th level spell that she was building, begin to slow and pulse.
Oh my God, that's right.
And stop as the 10th level spell has ended. But you know that you need to find her soul jar and destroy it before she comes back because she is a lich.
Ooh. Just in case,
yeah.
Can I demi-plane and stick her in it?
Oh yeah, just whoop, like a zipper, throw her in there, zip it back up.
Yeah, basically an hour from now when the spell ends, any creatures or objects inside the demi-plane remain trapped there.
Oh, incredible. Do you even need to then? Do you even bother looking for her soul jar? Or are you just like, nah, she's good?
I mean, well, because she might have some spells to get out of there eventually, right?
Fair.
You know, so
is,
yes,
yeah,
we should probably destroy that. I can have my Kraken slithering, picking up every single jar with the extra tentacles.
So
well,
after
see, here's the thing. If she's feeble-minded for 30 days,
Oh, 30 days.
God, that's messed up.
Wow.
would she know how to bring herself back to life?
We have
That's
30
true.
days to find
Figure
this.
it out.
This is great.
We should just hang out here, huh? Take over the whole place.
Let me wait. Let me have Hemlock's gonna be like, oh, look at this. I completely forgot. It's been a while, and like taps their monstrosity who just like demonstrates lightning breath in a line that does like 110 damage to everything in it. That I just didn't read until after I went.
just
It's
destroy everything in the laboratory.
Yes, everything in the lab gets destroyed. Yes, that's what I will use it for. It just one of the shark mouths opens and lightning comes.
And so as this quest has turned into a 30-day vacation, casually looking for this soul jar and idly just having a great time, you know,
Stew.
having
Makes you real
Oh.
strong.
incredible, you're enjoying your magnum opus of a meal. We sort of pull away from our heroes and just get a quick glimpse of Eris seated in a tavern, gesticulating wildly with his overflowing stein and telling people about the incredible adventure that he went on
Oh.
a month ago. And with that, I have been your dungeon master, Zeke Gonzalez. You can find me on Twitter at Fantasy Ecology. And if you like the absolute disaster that just unfolded here, the incredible mess that is level 20 adventures, you can find this adventure and these just absolutely bonkers character options on the Dungeon Masters Guild. Michelle, where can our lovely viewers find you?
Oh goodness, that was a crazy game. Hi, I'm Nguyen Bradley. You can find me at I am Chubby Bunny on Twitter, Instagram, I don't know where else. And you can see me every Tuesday over on the Hunters Entertainment Twitch channel playing zombie games and almost dying every session. You can see me on Wednesday nights, is what I'm trying to say, over on Paizo's Twitch channel doing Secrets of Magic. The secret is just a story about goats. It's been going on for like 10 episodes. It's insane. Yeah, and then here, and then also I was recently on an episode of Critical Role, Elder Scrolls Online that went up on YouTube last week, and it's super fun. And that's me. Just
That's it. Hi, I'm Josephine McAdam. You can find me at JCVIM across all platforms, on Twitch as well. The main thing I've got going on, actually, so we just announced today, you can find me in season 5 of LA by Night. It is our final season of this chronicle, which we announced today, so you're not going to want to miss that. It starts in September, and we are announcing on Tuesday the date that we're starting. And of course, if you're going to Gen Con, there is a live show happening of LA by Night there that I will be at, as well as some meet and greets and signings. And of every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, you can find Gabe and myself and lovely folks such as that Bronze Girl, aka Jasmine Billar, Xander Jeanneret, and Lord Balvin as part of Shikar, which is a D&D 5e campaign, and it is so much fun every week. I laugh and make so many faces and groans and love it every single week. So I hope you'll come check us out on Tuesdays there. Yeah.
I'm Gabe. You can find me at Gabe James Games across the internet. I don't do as much as some of these people, and I just kind of randomly show up places.
You were in my you do things.
Yeah. How dare.
That's like one of the things. That's not you're doing like 1,000 things, and then Michelle's doing 1,000 things. Then I just kind of show up places where it's fun to be. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter for the most part. Most of my shows just had finales, which just means that I'm just gonna sleep more, to be honest. Totally fine with that.
Excellent. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'd like to throw a shout out to Lisa for coordinating this. They're amazing. And One Bookshelf and the Dungeon Masters Guild for setting this whole thing up. And thank you all so much for joining us. Remember the discount code, which is PLLTPK, which is sort of the opposite of what happened. They basically TPK'd me, if we're being quite honest, for 10% off Dungeon Masters Guild community content orders of $10 or more anytime before next Friday, September 3rd. And my script says we'll see you next time, but there isn't next time because this was a trilogy.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. And thank you all so much for joining us. And have a great evening. Ciao. Ciao.